Welcome back, my fellow adepts. This is Therius. So, first of all, when making the thumbnail for the third video, I realized I made a grievous error in my grief. I was calling Violet, the old woman who experienced me to carnal pleasures and then was taken by the police never to be seen again, is actually her name and not Poppy. This is Poppy. Violet is the one I'll never get to see again. I think I got them confused because this woman definitely has winter vibes. What with her wanting an ending for the sun and rags, and when you talk to her, you get a chilly aura. So I got those wires crossed in my head. I am grieving Violet, not Poppy. Anyway, so we're not in a great position right now. I just noticed that we have notoriety in here and then tentative evidence again. So this is going to get upgraded again to damning evidence. So we are going to be on trial again. Maybe I can destroy it with a moth follower before that happens. Next is the Season of Despair. Night waits for me. So we don't have to worry about it soon, but we are going to have to worry about it. Let's find something to study, though. This is the Orchid Transfigurations. Let's study that. Whoops. Translate to Latin. My Latin skills are too limited to read this. Right, okay, so these are both written in Latin, so we can't do that yet. So I guess this De Horis Book 1 in Latin. Never mind. What about this one? An Introduction to Histories. Describes divergent incidents in 5 major histories. So there are only 5 total? Or is it like 5 main ones and then a bunch of little ones? The prologue warns at length of the iniquities of Julian Costley, a former colleague who Herschel now describes darkly as a worm of worms. It seems Costley advised Herschel early in the writing of the book, but Herschel later became suspicious. So, Julian Costley, where have we heard that before? We heard that, I think, in the book that gave us a Smith secret, where Julian was trying to warn someone, or he was getting warned. Herschel is the one that we keep hearing. It comes off. He's the one that wants winter to come, and he wants death. And we also have when we have nightmares, it's this is what Herschel warned me of, or whatever. Another thing is a worm of worms. We've heard a few worm imagery. There was someone eating worms in the play with the comedy, quote unquote. And I think there were some other mentions of worms, but more importantly, there's something called the Worm Museum in the Mansis, which we don't know what that is, right? So worms mean something. What exactly they mean, it's hard to say. We haven't seen enough worms to be able to say what they are, but I guess it's not a pleasant thing to be a worm of worms. So let's just keep an eye out for any worm stuff. I wonder if it's tied to any of these aspects in general, or it's its own thing entirely. Okay, so fleeting reminiscence and damning evidence. Yeah, so we are due to get thrown in jail. Let's keep going. Oh, I need to fast forward again. I keep forgetting I have to do that every single time I load the game. Ooh, my tea's very sweet. I think I put too much honey in it. Found something noteworthy. The Locksmith's Dream, Portions and Proportions, the second volume of Teresa Galmier's examination of parallels in the mystic dreams of artisans. The frontispiece has been slashed with a razor. Is that what's on the front of the book? Slashed with a razor. Perils in the mystic dreams of artisans. Slashed with a razor. If I had to guess, if lock lore is a thing, knock lore is a thing. This is knock. This would be knock, because one, it is purple. And two, it's the locksmith's dream. But it could definitely be something else. What I find, the been slashed with a razor frontispiece. Hold on, let me look that up. I need to look what that means. Frontispiece. That is an illustration facing the title page of a book. So I guess, oh, I see. Interesting. Well, I wish I could see what this frontispiece is. So it's slashed with a razor, right? And one of the wounds is scar, half-healed fistula. Not all doors are wounds, but all wounds are doors. I wonder if the razor slash counts as a wound, first of all, and two counts as a door. We will... Let's put this over here because I don't know where this goes. Explore. What are we exploring? I have so much notoriety. Let's explore. Let's send Rose out to explore. Oops. And this is just asking us to, yeah, we're not doing that. Okay, Glover. 3 funds again. I guess it's a pretty consistent 3 funds. I was thinking maybe it's like random if it's 2 or 3, but I guess since I had the promotion or whatever, it's always 3. Still not enough. I'm still gonna kill Mr. Adler. Or Alden, whatever. Yeah, Worm Museum. And it's also very high. It doesn't look like a pleasant place. It's, one, the icon's a little gross, right? Worms crawling out of the eyes and stuff. 2, it's raised up from the mantis. And it also has, like, casting a shadow. But so is the Malari, and that... Peculiar rumors, we don't need peculiar rumors. Affirmative truth. We've already met someone at the, we've already done this, right? Velvet came out, the rest, adepts to erase it, yeah. We got, well, maybe we should explore more with these. Let's keep exploring the, I really need stronger winter lore. Overlooked place I might have found somewhere unusual. Oriflame's auction house. Oriflame specialized in curios, perfumes, taxidermy specimens, and rare texts. It operates from cramped new premises now, since the destruction of the old by an unexplained fire. Alright, good to know. So this is the auction house we could sell this thing at. Should we try doing that? Or, I don't need money right this second, so let's not do that, but I do want to take a look at what is here. Attend an auction at Oriflames. We perch on alarming riveted chairs in a windowless auction room with vividly burnt orange walls, waiting for the auctioneer to announce what he's offering. The reek of new paint makes the brain spin. Hit start to see what's on offer or add an item you'd like to sell. So I can sell one of these books if I wanted to, or this. I don't want to sell anything, so let's see what is on auction. We gotta wait 5 seconds for that, though. Bid. A crowd of pinched faces, glinting eyes. Who will bid? The item at auction is visible on the right. It will be gone forever if the auction is lost, so let's not lose this auction. The Burning of the Unburnt God, compiled by Hosty Tasmain from oral traditions in rural Persia. Probably Smith, right? 1, it's dealing with burning, and 2, it's orange. It's probably Smith's secret. I've raised my hand. The auctioneer raps out an acknowledgement. Will anyone match me? Pain's gate to the wound is healed as much as it will ever be. A gate of pain and possibility remains. Let's hope your new aspect. No, it's the fistula again. All right. Talk. We gotta try to get rid of that evidence. Ugh. Okay, it's only another season of despair. Study Hirschalt's Introduction to Histories. Hirschalt identifies blood, silver, design, and the worms as the central axes of each of the histories, and claims that the so-called second history is the true one. So there are 5 histories. Blood, silver, design, and the worms as the central axes of each of the histories. What does that mean? Blood, silver, design, and worms. Huh. Let's do this locksmith dream. In this volume, Galamir records fewer dreams and explicates more of her own elaborate theories. We see this again and again. What is below can't escape what is above. What is below can't escape what is above. Restlessness, I could paint it away. I don't have any dread yet, and I don't know how long painting takes. Auctioneer makes a note of my name and signals one of the attendants. I have my prize. I hope it's worth it. It's pretty cheap, honestly. Let's keep going to Moorlands. I'm sure we can exhaust her stock, right? And if not, and we just keep getting these reusable ones, we could stock up a bunch of these and just level our passion and reason. Back to the Mantis. All right. Buzzing in the brain. I think we got everything we can at the temple. We got 4, and we got 3 for these 2. Oops, more secret histories, which we have seen before. There must be, I wonder what else I can be doing with my dream. I don't think there's anything more useful, not until I get more, stronger winter lore. I wonder if I need the next level or the level above that. I hope it's the next level, because that seems like it would be easier to do. To get, rather. Alright. Probably should try painting, right? So I can use notoriety. How long does painting take? Because depending on... I need to keep track of the timer. So let me get a piece of paper to do that. Because it has multiple stages, each with its own timer. But what is maybe possible... Because it won't decay the notoriety, right? But if I see something coming, the Season of Suspicion, I think it's called, I could hide the notoriety in the paintings. I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to just paint passion because that's not coming up and I don't want to. I want these to run out. Inspiration. So 20 seconds. So the first step is 20 seconds. Guild sleeves Latin grammar, just what you need to refresh your knowledge on Latin. Okay, so I can use this to learn Latin. I have 3 Latin books, probably should do that. But let's oh wait, we don't have. Let's just keep going to the bookstore. Ooh. Yeah, so 20 seconds. So we ran out of the first season and then immediately after the next season spawned. Cool. My minion has returned. The evidence has been destroyed. Oh, thank God. Thank you, Porter. Okay, that releases some anxiety. What else can we talk? I guess we're going to keep looking for followers. I should talk to these two. But oh, I forgot this guy existed. Locksmith's dream. The finest artisans all dream of the white door in the end. I am no artisan, only a scholar. I think there's a secret that all these artisans know. But I think the secret is only half the story. Locksmith's secret. Sooner or later, every locksmith has the dream. Now we recite its 7 phases. Nearly every summoning rite requires knock influence. This lore will provide it. So the white door, we see that in the Mansis, right? So why the white door for artisans? What is special about the white door? Alright. Oops. Collect. Let's study Tasmane and the burning of the unguarded. Tasmane hypothesizes a pre-Zoroastrian fire deity whose rites were the rites of smiths. Okay, so that was 20 seconds. That's another 20 seconds. And this is the paint step. Inspire paint. Another collection of poetry. Uh, 10 seconds. I'm probably gonna get fired from my job. 5 seconds. Cult scrap. No, we've seen both of those already. Okay. Okay, so that's 55 seconds altogether, so that's good to know. So it is less than a minute, so I do have some time to paint. But I have to be on top of that. What's this going to turn into? Funds. So it seems like that always turns into funds. The overexposure. But I don't... Then why is it called overexposure? Why doesn't it just give me money? Add to the library. The Locksmith Dreams, A Light to the Keyhole. The first volume of Teresa Galmir's examination of parallels in the mystic dreams of artisans. Alright, so that's good. We should try... This is yellow now. I wonder if it's still going to give knock or something else. The clouds part, the wolf despair prowls elsewhere. We've seen that before. I stole my passion, so I'm meeting someone. Tasmane ultimately concludes with apparent reluctance that the deity was a goddess. He suggests that its gender may have been the cause of its suppression. The rites described are often eerie, sometimes grisly. An ardent orison. When we watch a fire, what are we watching for? When we find it, these are the words it will speak. A word that sanctifies the change that comes when the seared skin peels. Gross. The rite of the crucible soul. This rite uses an instrument of power to set the blood afire. Fire is the lesion in the skin of the world. The assistant rarely survives unharmed. Fire is the lesion in the skin of the world. Is that just for this rite, or is fire... Why would it be a lesion in the skin of the world, though? Can you access places through fire that you can't do without it? Let's put the rite down here. Let's put this here. Let's do this one. The parallels in mystic dreams experienced by carpenters, masons, and other artisans, and what they purport to reveal about the architecture of the world. Sometimes mordant, sometimes funny, no one has ever explained why Galmir devoted herself to the quixotic exploration of artisans' dreams. Carpenters, masons, and other artisans, and what they purport to reveal about the architecture of the world. So artisans in this case are just general craftsmen and not like carpenters, masons, and other artisans. So they always dream of the white door. So the white door has something to do with creation, or at the very least architecture. Restlessness. Trysts. Traveling at Night, Volume 1, the Annotated Dream Journals of Christopher Illapoli, sometimes called the only readable occultist, literate, entertaining, bewildering. Let's keep getting money. Books. We're spending money to get books. Path. Oh, I need passion for this. Because my passion was stolen. Please. Oh, shoot. I hit spacebar one too many times. Profound and restful sleep. That's good, at least. Alright, it is sad season again. Traveling at Night, Volume 2. The only readable... This is the second volume. Okay, so we got two... okay. Contentment, because again, I am single. I don't have a woman. An acquaintance. Saliba, an acquaintance. Saliba is a man of prodigious appetites. He is long past the point where their satisfaction has given him any pleasure, but he hasn't learnt so very much. So, this guy's probably Grail, right? Pleasure, appetites, satisfaction. That guy is probably Grail. But you do not have a Grail follower. Let's recruit this guy, though. I don't know who this guy is. Just likes distract. Yeah, this is the distraction guy. Let's recruit him. Oh, Lantern. This one is ready. Streaming. Read this volume of The Locksmith's Dream. Time and again we hear of the wood which rises from the world's foundation. All trees reach for light. What does the wood reach for? Is there a difference between light and light? I think the key to dreams of the wood might be one of these, the one that isn't exactly real. Okay, yeah, so they're drawing a very clear light, capital L is a very specific thing. This gave a Watchman's secret. So it was a yellow book. So I wonder how often because we haven't had any books that like mismatched yet, right? So this is probably winter, and this is probably moth. If this is winter, I want to read it first, but I don't want to read it out of order, so let's read the Traveling at Night. The wood lies outside the walls of the mantis. As any student of history knows, the mantis has no walls. So, again, moth's presence is everywhere in the woods, from what we've seen. So, if this is talking about the woods, it makes sense that it would give moth, right? The Locksmith Dream was also talking about woods, but it was speculating something else about the nature of the woods and trees and light. Right. Another book on what is contained by silver, a bestiary of pomander in Greek. Silver. So what was it was silver, design, blood, and worms are the access for all the history. Silver, blood, design, and worms. Okay. So this is in Greek. This may be giving Watchman. Maybe silver is tied to light or the lantern. Cost. Whoops. All right. What is he? A smith. I mean, not smith. Forge. Wait, he's not lantern. He's moth. Okay. I wonder how many followers there are, because we've got 2 moth people. I wonder how many followers there are for each aspect. But if this guy is Grail, we should recruit him, right? We don't have a Grail one yet. We really need a lantern follower, because that's what our cult is, right? Tristan dislikes distraction. Tristan dislikes likes results. So he's a very straightforward smith. Or whatever. The VNS Conundra. Nico van Driel describes odd events in Vienna, the disappearance of children, epidemics of parasite activity, animal mutilations, nightmares of worms, the activities of a charitable organization, okay, the new Lygians that funds the burial of the poor. She proposes peculiar connections between these activities. The activity of charitable position that funds the burial of the poor. So we'll have to read the book, but first thought, I mean, this is worms again. Activities of charitable organizations that fund the burial of the poor. So burying the poor, nightmares of worms, animal mutilations. Interesting. If we're going by color, this gives moth. museum, more museum. We didn't see any new ones in the well or the ones we haven't seen. I think we might be tapped on flavor text. Saliba, a believer. Saliba understands blood. He does not yet understand a birth. So he is Chalice. Interesting. Understands blood. What does blood mean? Is blood a stand-in for... Because there was the whole, like, afterbirth thing, right? But is blood a stand-in for... Is, like, it a representative symbol of Grail? Like moth, or like cutting and scissors is for moth. Oh yeah, we should be talking to... Let's keep searching for new followers, because I really want a lantern person. Work at Glover and Glover, yeah. I guess I don't need to kill this guy anymore. He's paying me pretty well. But, like, I could get his job. He already named me as his successor, right? Traveling at night. Elapoli describes how he came to make repeated visits to Dreamwood via what he calls silver dreams. Silver. Trying to think your way to the woods, he explained, is like thinking your way to being in love. But I did find a secret that helped. Huh. Can you get to the... Because we got there by lantern. Are you able to get there by moth? Too? Is that like an alternate? So, a power of the wood enjoys the separation of the lock from the scalp. Cutting, barber, lock, as in lock of hair. From the scalp for attention, burn it for opportunity, bury it. The power of the wood enjoys the separation of the lock from the scalp. For attention, bury it, burn it. For opportunity, bury it. The only power we've seen in the wood, besides maybe moth, but I don't think that's the power it's referring to, is we've only seen the hour in the wood. We've heard the red chalice mentioned in the wood, but we've only seen the velvet. Like, actually seen the velvet in the wood. But the burying it reminds me of how Sylvia buried her eye, and she returns to it every Candlemas. And this is is losing her eye and burying it specifically what gave her connection to moth. It's possible. And she visits every Candlemas. Maybe that's more than just a sentimental thing. Maybe there's a purpose she does that. But let's read Traveling at Night Volume 2 now, because I hope this gives winter lore. There is an extensive discussion of the similarities between Elapoli's own dreams and those of Emperor Elagabalus. Whatever, who Elapoli regards as a dupe or avatar of the sun in rags. The white is west of the world, Elapoli remarks, and winter does not wait forever. Sun in rags, winter, this probably gives winter lore. Which is good, we need winter lore. I hope it gives us upgraded winter lore. Oh man, I'm so glad we got rid of that damning evidence. I was so lucky. Collection of essays. Let's keep shopping. There must be an end to these eventually. Fleeting reminiscence. Don't want buzzing in your brain. Let's get this. Peculiar rumors. Yeah, we have no notoriety now. It might be a good idea to use that to also explore for people while talking to people. Oh, I want to see if... Oh, I can't. I already selected Way to Wood. If I Dream of Passion and put here, it'll show the Way of the White. I wonder if... or the Bleached Way. I wonder if putting Moth in will show the Moth Way, whatever that is. Moreland's is closing. I'm moving on, Miss Moreland informs you. My stock is largely exhausted, and the Suppression Bureau are taking an interest, so it's goodbye. This last book is nonsense, but I've tucked some interesting papers into the back as a thanks for your custom. Something, deep mysteries, something. A dreadful souffle of half-digested rumor about the secret worlds and the irrelevance of contemporary morality, including a catalog of unlikely and probably invented debaucheries. If I bought this from a shop, it probably means there's nothing else of interest left in stock. Moreland's shop closed. This used to be the address of Moreland's, the book dealer, but I'll have to look elsewhere for knowledge now. Okay. Something deep mystery, something. I wonder if I can study that? Because it also gave, I wonder if this is the note she mentioned, because it gave us this lore as well. Maybe I should try doing a rite. The assistant rarely survives unharmed. Does it give them a scar, or does it kill them? It sounds like it would give them a scar, right? Okay, well, I can't go to Miss Moreland's now. That's, I should do the peculiar rumors. Where did I put those? Right there? Okay, traveling at night. This gave, it only gave us level 1. Eligabus found his way to the white door at last. Thankfully, speech can't pass the white door. And honestly, Eligabus never had anything very interesting to say. I tried to follow in his footsteps, but I never learned enough of the white. I suppose I'm thankful for that too, but here's what I do know. So, we gotta upgrade this, but let's see, can we do this? No. Alright, well, we have this junk now. Let's try upgrading this, right? So, study the ragged lore. There are worlds which chill the air and drink the color of my skin. This drains color. Is color also a symbol of life? Is this something of life? This has more color than moth, though, at the very least. There are color. Drink the color of my skin. I really do like the music of this game. It's a very good ambiance most of the time. And then sometimes it swells when nothing's happening. Into the Night. Wisdom is a country, and these are its maps. Solve all the challenges on both fragments of lore to complete a research task. You can return to a task later if you fail. I hope to improve my winter lore. Sorry, I got caught up in the music. We don't have any notoriety, dude. Your damning evidence is gone. Peculiar rumors. Oh wait, we're gonna get notoriety. We're gonna get notoriety. I forgot we explored peculiar rumors. Whoops. I'm a very smart guy. Okay, I remember things. So passion. Know this dream of road, blah blah blah. Lore. So the Thyr sign, right? Thyr sign? I could cut a lock of hair before I sleep to honor a power of the wood. We have all the lore, so let's see what else, if anything else. So I could either use lantern or moth. An edge is currently being used in something. Locksmiths often have the dream after the sole of the foot is wounded, especially if it has been snake bitten. I could try that. So another connection between wounds and knock. Okay. This, come with me. Valcian, an acquaintance. Valcian has operated her establishment for almost 20 years. She has never employed an assistant. Her hands are terribly strong. What is her business? What is her establishment? Because that would really help us learn, like trying to predict what her aspect is. Okay, let's see if Edge does anything. Okay, secret history. No. So, moth to bury a lock of hair. The Watchman's to bleach and paint everything around you. So, okay, so this ties you to moth. So this is cutting a lock of hair, going to sleep, power of moth. This one is the most interesting in terms of what it means with how it relates to color and light, because this is casting ourselves into darkness. And this is interesting because it's another... I think the lantern lore is the most interesting, like, thematically. Yeah. Although now that we have all of the lore, we could try to see if there's anything other than winter that gives... Oh, I guess let's see what moth says when we go through it, if it gives us any interesting things. Unpromising address, notoriety. Claire, an acquaintance. Claire has a scholarly aspect and a morbid streak. Morbid streak. Is that Edge or Winter, maybe? I feel like that's probably more Winter, right? Scholarly aspect and a morbid streak. Her hands are terribly strong. You don't really associate Winter, because I would say if they but the colors don't seem to add up for the assistants, not nearly as much as the books do. But color looks like Winter, but terribly strong, and being it super independent doesn't strike me as Winter, because Winter seems to be frailer and quieter than that seems to imply. Another peculiar rumors. Let's get as many followers as possible. A knife secret. So this took Mystique. It's going to take notoriety. And challenge knowledge. This is a puzzle with missing pieces. I might find those pieces in odd corners of scholarship. Provide your addition or use a library. How do I get a library? We just happen to have your edition, so that's nice. Do I need another your edition? Whoops, I need reason for this. Another restlessness. I should have painted. I have another. This is gonna expire though. I should have used this one though. If I need it, hopefully I don't need it, because it said challenges on both cards. So hopefully I don't need another your edition. The Thirstine Way. The road ducks into the trees. Pale wings move deep in the wood. I am stumbling over roots now. It is tempting to drop to all floors to avoid. This is the same. Not forget a way to this place. Yeah, this is the same description as when we used the lantern lore. We got buzzing in the brain though. That's not great. Yeah, let's oh, I have Edge in. Let's hold off on dreaming because I want to see if Edge has a connection as well. Slee. An acquaintance. Craig Slee, the astronomer and avant-garde poet, has developed an interest in the esoteric as his health wanes. Astronomer and avant-garde poet. That doesn't... See, because astronomer makes me immediately think of Lantern, because it's like a knowledge thing, and it doesn't his health is waning, interest in the esoteric. It doesn't strike me as Forge, because Forge seems more hardened than Lantern does. They're both unmerciful, but as far as we know, but the Smith seems less like more like blacksmith rather than scholar, right? Explore. I guess we can go to the auction house. I don't want to sell anything. But in the auction, the Sanskrit reader, we already have one, so we don't need to do that. We don't need multiple copies of that, I'm assuming. Oh, do we need multiple copies of that though? No, it probably just it just teaches us Sanskrit, right? I'm banking on that. Hopefully I'm not wrong. The Ragged Lore. I've increased my mastery of the Ragged Lore, which we call by its aspect, Winter. So I might be able to use that now. Work it over. Let's wait until this edge thing comes out so we can test all of them. Do I have any books that don't need to be translated? Yeah, this one doesn't need to be translated. This is the one with the children missing, epidemics all tied to one organization. When the individual K attends the meetings, black dogs are sacrificed and quartered. When the individual M is in attendance, black mares are found with their throats slashed. I propose that these sacrifices are not necessary, but that our Legion friends may consider them fitting. Here with diagrams of the mutilations. Hold on. Odd events to be the new legions that funds the burial of the poor. So when the individual K attends the meetings, black dogs are sacrificed and quartered. When the individual M is in attendance, black mares are found with their throats slashed. Not necessary, but they're fitting. Here when the drives. Huh. Okay. Interesting. Oh yeah, that was the Sanskrit one. So let's see what else they got. A true and complete accounting of the Asclepian mysteries of the roots of the house, reproduced by one Ryle Grease from supposedly a much older text in Greek. We have Greek here. Yeah, let's bid, because we won't see it again. I'm gonna get sick. Come with me. Yisabet, an acquaintance, has always been most comfortable by moonlight. She has excellent night vision. She is often overlooked in daylight. Oh, moonlight. Is there any aspect tied to the darkness? I guess moth, maybe? Because moth seems to be, again, in the woods. There's a lot of moonlight imagery when you're just dreaming of passion and you're not. But the woods are very dark, and is moonlight the same as light? Or is it different? Okay, Way of the Wood. Oh wait, yes, we got the edge aspect back, so let's start. No, heart does not do anything. Grail. Nope. Moth. Nope. Lantern. There is a house in the wood. This much I know. Here is a light through the trees. I don't remember this. Was I using lantern lore somewhere else and just didn't realize it? Okay, so lantern, knock, smith doesn't do anything, edge, and winter. So, approaching the white door. There is a house in the wood and a door where the dead sometimes go. I have read the paths the dead take. The dead. Interesting. So, the dead. So do the dead go to the mantis when they die? So not only you have sleeping people, but you have the dead there as well? Let's keep trying to get recruits. I need to actually start recruiting some of these people. We have a lot more people now. I wonder if I could do an expedition. This is Greek. This is probably heart, if we're going by color again. Oh, I can't sell. Yeah, okay, oops. Collection of essays. This is the thing that gives a lesson learned. Yeah, might as well. It'll make leveling up reason easier when I eventually do that. Medusa's riddle, then, I choose to render as what is not seen. There is another riddle, one I have heard rendered as what may be lost. I will delineate some historic attempts to answer it. These are themselves, in some sense, sacrifices. What does that have to do with the... Medusa's riddle, then, is choose to render as what is not seen. There's another riddle. What may be lost. What does that have to do with the animal sacrifices and the worms and the... It's giving us pretty strong moth lore, though. The ecdescent riddle is what may be lost. Each ecdescent parable is an attempt to answer the riddle. Ecdescent, that's mentioned in the Ecdesius Club. What is an ecdescent? Is that just somebody who follows whatever philosophy the Ecdesius Club has? What is an ecdescent? Okay. Sounds like a faction, or maybe it's a real life country and I just don't recognize the name. Study. I don't think I have any untranslated books, so I should probably read Latin first, because I have 3 Latin books, 1 Sanskrit, and 1 Greek. We'll call a certain amount from my school days, but I need to brush up. Sick. I won the auction. Let's win some more auctions. Ugh, tentative evidence. Oops. Collection of poetry, might as well. Approaching the white door. These are the bounds about the house, with their mists and their traces. This is the rock called the Temple of the Wheel, high as a church spire. patched with black lichen and daubed with eye signs. I round it, and there ahead me is the white door, aglow like the moon in winter. Way the white door. In my dreams, I've passed the white door, which has been called the bone door in the gate of ivory. My voice remains outside the house each time I enter. I thought so the bounds about the house. With their mists and their traces, this is what are called the Temple of the Wheel. Because the mantis has no walls, so why is this, like, the way to the mantis? Is this the way to the mantis? The way to the white door. In my dreams, I know about the path to the white door through the bounds, but the path is thronged with the dead who pass that way. I will need health to resist their chill. Okay. Now I can approach the white door through the bounds. Now I can press my fingers to it, feel its chill, watch it swing open. As it opens, my mouth closes, tightens, heals over like a lost deformity. Around and about me is the cobalt light of the mantis. So you can't pass this door because it said you have to leave your voice outside the... My voice remains outside the house each time I enter. So you cannot talk once you pass the white door. And you lose your mouth entirely. I wonder if you can find peculiar rumors anymore. You just can't exactly talk, right? I won the auction. These are really easy auctions to win so far. It's all been won. I think I wonder if there's some that take more than one. Raise my hand. The auctioneer ropes. Will anyone match me? Improve my Latin. A dead language, dead as diamond. Some books must be translated before they can be read. Oh. So I can't just read in Latin, I have to translate it first? Oh, that's dumb. That's annoying. I wonder if because you have to go through this extra effort that they give higher rewards? Unlock the study door, the work begins. Oh shoot. I already have 2 dread. I need to start getting contentment. I guess I can visit the club. This is gonna give me... Oop. The wood. I'm not at the wood anymore. The white door in icy atmosphere. So this is probably an influence. So that gave a thing and a thing. I gotta try to remember that. The white door opens. Last night, the white door was bright as a mirror, bright as fresh snow, bright as the migraine moon. Migraine moon. I remember its brightness, but I remember its chill the most. I laid my cheek against it. I still feel the ache of its cold in my skull. Why would you do that? The air crisps the skin, frost marks the glass, a 6th order influence. The signs are unmistakable. This can be used in some rites to summon minions. If unused, it will become dread. That's not great. Now I can approach the white door through the bounds. I can press my finger. Okay, that's... I don't want dread right now. I can use it in a rite to summon minions. I have this rite. What can I use this rite for? So I can't use this in dream. I probably have to work with it, right? Or work or study. Dorothy, an acquaintance. Dorothy is an enthusiastic sort with an eclectic reading habit. She's fascinated by my hints about the shapes beneath the world's skin. This mentions the world's skin. Does that mean she's heart? Can I use this with talk? No, I cannot. Can I use Mirror of Glory and then use this? No. Alright, well, let's start recruiting some of these people. Who am I most curious about? It's just she's the one that... Yeah, I want to know what her business was. This one is ready. And I got restlessness. How long is this? This will turn into dread. This will turn into dread. Explore. I can go to the whatever club. In tonight's performance, Amethyst, a net-wielding hunter, pursues a veil-winged woman through a murmuring maze of leaf-clad dancers. Each movement is underwater slow. Ooh. Violet, thank you for giving me this gift of seeing bizarre, weird performances. Dream. I don't have health to go to the white door again. Way of the wood. Okay, so this is giving 3 funds. Let's try using this in a rite. Each rite can be used for many purposes. For summoning, I must begin by calling power the power of knock, which will open the way. Invocation. So I need knock. Earn a living or practice the invisible arts. Victim. There must always be willing blood. Consumes its contents. Rarely survives in harm. So does it give them a scar or does it kill them? Consuming makes me think it kills them. Well, I can't be feeling bad about myself, right? Wait, I can't use this here anyway. Well, I'm kind of curious to see what this does anyway, so let's... I don't like Porter. He's creepy. If I had Grail, I might contact something shapeless. Do I have any? I don't have anything that I can use in either of these things, do I? Desire. No. I don't have an instrument, so I can't. Can I put this guy here? Summoning something? There are possibilities here. If I add Moth, I might contact something shapeless. If I add Forge, I can contact a seductive savage power. What if I use a different... Summon, which needs knock. Corpse will rise. I don't have a corpse. Corpse will rise. Summon voiceless dead, but I need knock, so I can't actually use this for anything yet. Okay. No, I guess I'll paint to try to get rid of this restlessness. Start. Oh, it has 3 now. Has it always had 3? Alright. Fascination. It's giving me contentment, though. Okay. The lights go down very gradually as the performance ends. There is no applause. We drift into the street alone with our dream. So I can't go there again. So each time I've gone here, it's given contentment. This is the first time it's given me something other than contentment, but does it always reliably give contentment? I guess that would make sense because of the cooldown it has between uses. But let's try to explore the capital some more. You know, let's spend money on paints. Dozen lights blaze. So she's forged. Valcine's ingenuities are endless, and her grip is stronger than a blacksmith's. Cool. Let's talk to her. Prepared text. Let's read it. Oops. The illustrations are certainly striking. They flush the skin and glow beneath the eyelids after the book is closed. Ugh. Okay. Weird. I just grabbed fascination. Okay. So it's giving me funds, it's giving me glimmering, it's giving me mystique, and okay. Okay, let's go back to Glover and whatever. Glover. Hearts. Dorothy is an enthusiastic sort, and I've turned her enthusiasm to her advantage. Okay, so yeah, so skin was a very... Okay, Mirror Glory. So she's the Scholar in Morbid Streak. She's probably Winter, right? Starts. This one is ready. Peculiar rumors. Yeah, we need more. So there's at least 2 of each, right? I don't have any winter. I can use my health's back, so I can dream again. And acceptance. It might be a good idea, at least to see that ending, right? St. Agnes Hospital. They did good work here once. Certainly there were few too many amputations. Then there are individuals one would prefer not to walk the city streets. Okay, so is this like an insane asylum thing and the really horrible treatment we subjected the insane to? Or is this just general hospital nonsense? Let's try exploring there, right? Because we got a lot of followers now. Let's send Edge so she can stab people, and Knock so he can be a pushover. So he can get ordered around by Rose. Only echoes walk the hospital halls now, but malice lingers in the air. We must search meticulously, room by room. Yep, she's Winter. Okay. Excuse me, sorry. A Claire is quiet, meticulous, and remorseless. I wonder... Because our cult is dedicated to the lights and understanding it, and its lantern aspect, which has no mercy. I wonder if their descriptions change depending on what aspect our cult is founded on. Probably not, but it might, right? All right, who is this guy? Astronomer. He's probably lantern, right? He's probably lantern. We gotta get a lantern follower eventually. We must devour to be devoured. We cannot be undevoured as we cannot be unborn. Okay, red secret. Okay. What does that even... Oh, what do you mean by this? Must be devoured to devour. We must devour to be devoured. We cannot be devoured. We cannot be unborn. That's just some pretty words. It's grabbing my health. Oh, it took my health out of the white door. Don't I have a second one? Where did it go? What's this? Some wounds never quite heal. Untreated injuries or hunger become decrepitude, which does not return to health. The decrepitude remains until you die. When did this happen? Did I get injured? When did I get injured? Our expert in plans for the next challenge will consume funds. I can add funds now, or I can send another follower. Let's add funds. They did good work here once. Dry soul curse. We need heart or lantern to suppress this curse, otherwise it will not keep us from our goal, but it may trouble us later. That doesn't sound good. I don't want to send Leo because he has 2 wounds, and I don't know if you can have multiple wounds of different types. So let's send Dorothy. Hey Dorothy, welcome to the cult. Go to this haunted hospital. Despair, the wolf that disappeared. Okay. So it took 1 contentment. I can explore with... Oh shoot, I can't explore with this yet. Oops. Slee, a believer, Slee speaks earnestly of his theories to all who would listen, the stars as tiny wounds, and the sun as a hemorrhage of glory. His poetry is more eccentric than ever. Okay, so he is Lantern. That's good. Can I promote him yet? He's 2, this gives 2, and he needs 7? I need 7 Lantern, right? 7th intensity. I really gotta land. But if I upgrade this, what's the second level give? 2, 4? So if I upgrade this, this will be 4. So 4 plus 2, 6, and then I can use like my reason or a year addition for that. Okay. Let's keep recruiting. Oops. So I gotta upgrade my lantern more. White door. My health is not here, so I can't. All right, so let's read this. Flood or pseudo-flood suggests alignments. Hold on. Later English. Suggest alignments between the alchemical tradition of Rubedo and the older Grail traditions, through the Pine Knight's quest for the Cinnabar Cup. Pine Knight. That didn't really come up with anything. There's a Pain Knight, but not a Pine Knight. So I wonder if the Pine Knight's an hour. Or something else. Assistance, perhaps with the power of the old and practice curse. Do I need more funds? I need more funds. Okay, so I'm sick now. I guess I only have 1 health now. I must have just not realized I was injured. So I gotta dream of that or I will die. Moth sleeps in fits and starts. She rises at dusk to do the things, and Isabet does. Isabet. So she is Moth. Can I talk to her? Get a commission. I am, Poppy says with a girlish giggle, curious about, the arts of blood and ice. It's silly, but allow an old woman her whims. Will you help me? Sure. We know about blood and ice. We got Grail and Winter. Fleeting Reminiscence. This still has 1 dread. Still looking for dread. Here's what she needs. Commission, Winter, very substantial. Poppy will pay for information of interest. This time she'd like very substantial research on the corporal mysteries of Winter. Corporal. You'll need a matching lore fragment of at least level 6 to complete this commission. Okay. Oh, do hurry with that commission. I can't wait. Okay. Does he give us a commission as well? The Good Courts Fraternity in Europe is seeking peculiar research. Represents a continental confraternity of physicians and duelists. He could use your assistance. Sure. Where did the commission thing go? I'll keep this with her. Here's what he needs. Commission's edge, very substantial. The count will pay for the information of interest. Practice of edge. So I need a level 6 edge and level 6 winter. I have neither of those. So that's great. That's great. Let's keep searching for people. I've only gotten 1 pawn so far. Hold on. Next challenge, treasure lies before us. The Dry Soul Curse has not yet taken dormant Dry Soul Curse. Oh, that doesn't sound good. That doesn't sound like something I want. Vitality. Oh, I can use this with my sickness. I can't forget this time to heal myself, because again I will die. I need more vitality, but I think I still need the same. Yeah, I still need. It doesn't set me back, so I need 2 lessons learned. But I don't want to just study health over and over again. This is 45 seconds. This has 50, or not 45. This is 55. What is 45 that I'm thinking of? Oh, but I need health to do it. So I guess. All right. Seek the cup in the birthing bed, the Pine Knight is told. The midwife at the birthing bed. To his amazement is the Mountain Mother. In a fit of awe, he both gelds and flays himself. Oh. The vigilant storm bursts joyfully from the remains. What? Seek the cup in the birthing bed. The midwife at the birthing bed to his maiden is the Mountain Mother. Mountain Mother. Mountain Mother. That's... No, because the... Cybele was the Great Mother, not Mountain Mother. In a fit of awe, he both gelds and flays himself. The vigilant storm bursts joyfully from the remains. Vigilant storm. So Vigilant storm Mountain Mother Pine Knight. In a fit of awe, he gelds and flays himself. Ugh. Okay, that's I would not do that in my own fit of awe, but hey, everyone has their own thing, right? I can study, so I need to study Latin some more. Latin. I need to study Latin. I could probably explore with this next. To get contentment for this. Passion. The Violet Chamber. There is a padlocked cupboard in the wall. It does not long resist our strength. It contains instruments tipped with flint and glass, instruments one would not expect a surgeon to use. It contains other matters of more interest to us too. Empty hospital. Can I explore the hospital again? The Rose of Hypatia, marked with the triple sign of the arcane contemplative order known as the Sisterhood of the Knot. Sisterhood of the Knot in Greek. Locksmith Dream Trespasses, the third volume of Teresa Galmier's examination of parallels in the mystic dreams of artisans. So this gives us books. This also gives us stained gloves. What uses have these known? What lessons may they teach us? So it's Grail. Whoops, it's Grail, but it's an instrument. I can maybe do that right now. Crucible Soul. I'll put my tools down here. Rose Pearl Dust. Pearls are sacred to the witch and sister, especially those of this color. They've been used in protective rites, among others. This is an ingredient, but it gives us heart and what's this blue thing? Pigment. It may be possible to apply to this to a canvas. Okay. Dorothy is back. We got funds. Neville. Rose. And notoriety. I guess because we did break into a hospital, abandoned or not. So, and the only thing we got from this is this dry soul curse. Whatever that is. Health. Okay, now I can go to the white door. Or white door. So we got the ice influence last time we went to the white door. The winter influence, sorry. So if we see something, if we see that again, we'll go somewhere else. But if not, we will go to whatever. Coherent catalog of secret gods, English translation, dealing with the powers of the wood, and it's probably moth because of the color. This volume deals mostly with the hours of the wood, the moth, the black flax, the ring yew, among others. Moth, black flax, ring yew. So the moth capital M, is not only an aspect, but an hour. Black flax, ring yew. Okay. Explore. I guess we can go to the auction house. No, we need more. We need contentment. We need to honor Violet's memory. I almost said Poppy again. I want you to know how hard how I'm working not to use the wrong name. Glimmering. Don't need glimmering. I need a bunch of vitality though. This must be a trick. One cannot remove garments so softly that the bones beneath the What? This must be a trick. One cannot remove garments so softly that the bones beneath the skin are visible. Bone pink as peach flesh. Organs nestled like grapes. The lights dim, gutter go out, and the stage's red star with them. All our lips are dry. Ooh, supposed to be. One cannot remove garments so softly the bones beneath the skin are visible. That's disgusting. That's absolutely disgusting. I don't know if I want to go to this place anymore. It didn't give me contentment. I don't know if I want to go to the club anymore. I feel like it's soured now that Poppy's not around. Like, it's just making me feel bad. Auction house. My character is becoming a physical need. Okay, I got restlessness again. I can maybe paint with that. At an auction, I don't need another Latin translator. Wait, hold on, let me just make sure that's what it is. Knowledge of Latin. No, I don't need that. Hanger on, usefully malleable. So this is the second pawn we've gotten. I wonder how many pawns there are. Go to the Ecdysis Club again. Auction is... Oh, right. No, hold on. Sorry. Let's go to the club. Let's go to the club. In tonight's performance, and so we've seen this one. But that'll give us fascination, though, right? Oh, I don't want restlessness. It's a new... Okay, the white door opens. Some dead are lost in the wood, some rise higher, but many, so many, pass the white door into the house. Last night they thronged the entrance. Our mouths were healed wounds. Their eyes roamed my skin. Their hands sought my warmth, but my touch burnt, and they drew back. Their urgency infected me. Some dead are lost in the wood, some rise higher. Pass the white door into the house. What do they mean rise higher? Don't you have to go through the white door to rise higher? Isn't that what we're trying to do? Our mouths are healed wounds, their eyes roam my skin. Ugh. Ugh. I really don't like the idea of healed over mouths. I'd rather it was just like an Ariel from Little Mermaid situation rather than like getting your mouth sealed shut. That's so distressing to me. I don't have more health, so I can't do that right now. Let's go back to the wood. Start passion. The glory is a question, and the moth always answers yes. The black flax's answer is no, and that is always its answer. The glory is a question, and the moth always answers yes. So the glory is the light at the top, right? And our cult is the mirror of glory, so it's lantern. The moth always answers yes. That's the whole moth being drawn to light imagery, right? Although why is the question. So we don't have any more Latin books, right? We need to study Greek. Because I have another Greek book over there that I actually need to put here. I wonder if this gives knock. Or some other third thing. Oh god. Maybe I can paint to get, because I just pulled in Mystique. We've got tentative evidence and notoriety, so it's going to try to upgrade it to damning evidence. Oh, this just gave fascination. It didn't even give me contentment this time. Oh, that's not cool, actually. I mean, maybe I can use that for something, right? Yeah, we gotta try to hide our notoriety, right? Let's use 2 passion and notoriety, and we can use one of these restlessnesses. Let's do the one that's about to expire. I'll buy us some time. Oh, it did give us fascination and contentment. It just got sucked into the dread check before I could check it. Okay, cool. Well, that's good, at least. Let's get more auction house stuff. That's the Greek. We don't need Greek. Paints. I could use this rose pearl paint. It does add 4 heart. It's one-time use, though. I don't know if it's a good idea. Yeah, give it a try. I feel death biting at her heels. Passion. Path. Oh, I have no passion because I used it all in... Gosh, I'm an idiot. And then this one got stolen. Okay. The sweet dawn of the sea rebirths you. Improve my Greek, so I can translate Greek now. So let's do this one. Because this is contained by silver. I want to know what silver is. Auction is over. I don't need any more contentment right now. So let's just go back to the auction house. Whoops. Crowd of pinched faces, glinting eyes. Who will bid? I'm in Debellus Moroium. In Latin, an 18th century epic poem by the pseudonymous words. It's a word. They're words. I raise my hand. If created by something both distinct and beautiful, it's very likely to enhance my reputation. Herschel's Nightmare, yep. And the Subtle Fracture, Clouds Park. Oh yeah, I gotta try that right. Mystique, Funds, Contentment, Glimmering 4. Notoriety, so it's given our notoriety back. This is still here. It already grabbed notoriety. Where did it grab the notoriety from? Where was the notoriety? Oh, okay. Well, pulsing airs, unless it pulsing airs. A rising power, a reassuring energy. 6th order influence of heart, and another fascination. I have 2 fascinations now. I could smoke opium until I have a bad trip to get rid of the fascination. Oh no. A difficulty at work. My absence from the office has been noted. I have to get... I don't have passion right now because I used it all in my painting. Heaven forbid I take a day for myself. What? Oh god. This is... What is this? Curse. I need more health. I should probably work out now that I don't have the time restriction. Oh, right. I can do a right. Invocation. So I got a knock. No, I can't use the influences, but I got this tool. So I can put this instrument here. Grail is the aspect of appetite, blood, and birth. If I add knock, I might be able to attempt a summoning, or if I've grown decrepit. Then if I add forge, perhaps I could renew my body. With at least 5 forge and 1 grail, I could use the forbidden procedure known as Forge's Redemption to return decrepitude to health. But I would have to sacrifice someone for that. Because I have decrepitude. The Forge of Days destroys and renews. I will invoke it with the Grail to renew my failing flesh with forbidden magics. You are calling only a minor degree of Forge, and this will often fail. Increase Forge to at least 10 to improve your chances further. I don't want to, yeah, if it's going to likely fail, I don't want to sacrifice someone for that. So let's, if I add knock, and I might be able to attempt a summoning. So let's add knock. Whoops, knock. There's a possibility if I add moth, I might contact something shapeless. If I add forge, I might contact a seductive savage power. I have three moth people. And I don't like Porter. He weirds me out. But I need more power to call forth this monstrous if affectionate entity. I'll need a significant intensity of Grail and a little of Moth and Knock. So I guess 4 isn't significant enough. Okay, so I still can't do this. And I could try I want to do some magic, right? I want to do some magic. So, invocation. 5 forge and 1 grail. Yeah, let's try it. Forge of Days destroys and renews. I will invoke it with the grail to renew my failing flesh with the forbidden magics. Okay. Sorry, whoever you are. I should probably learn his name. Slee. No, Slee is the lantern guy. Who is this guy? It doesn't even show me his name anymore. Whoops. Oh well. Teehee. I've won the auction. Debellis. This is probably Edge, and it's Latin. I need to find a better system to organize all this stuff. Collect. I don't need contentment. So start. Come with me. Cat Caro, an acquaintance. Cat Caro, as she styles herself, earns a living as a stage medium and fortune teller. She may have deeper talents. Stage medium and fortune teller. Is that gonna be... We have 3 moth. Is there potential of 4 believers per aspect? Because stage teller and medium or whatever could potentially be seen as like a deceptive thing. And moths seem to be about deception. Could maybe be... It's probably... Because the astronomer turned into a lantern. Is it astronomer in the... Whoops. Nice star wounds, and the sun is a hemorrhage of glory. Centric than it is. I don't know. Let's see what she turns into. She also looks super happy. And... Never mind, the heart people don't look happy. Does anyone else look happy? No one else looks happy. Wow, is she the only one smiling? Were they smiling before they became... Hold on, I need to see what she looks like afterwards. Was she the only one smiling? Is she the only one smiling? Does no one else smile? Wistfulness. Restlessness. Okay, I gotta paint with that probably. Dreaming. What can I do with dreams? I can get rid of a fascination with a dread. The doors of vision swing wide. A little darkness will mellow my light. Even dread has uses. Oops. I clicked off. Whoops. I am back. Hello. Stum. Stum. A can of nitrate film labeled Stum. Silent or perhaps mute. The director's name, Nick Kroos, is shakily appended. Cool. Scholar Greek. On what is contained by silver? A dire bestiary of the horrors to be found in mirrors. This is a recent edition of a 3rd century text by Pomander. What? Pomander. The dire bestiary of the horrors to be found in mirrors. I'm really curious. On what contained by silver? So is silver mirror? Is silver mirrors, and we're a lantern cult with mirror that's titled the Mirror of Glory. Is bright-eyed, watchful woman who recalls her dreams perfectly. Interesting. So she is lantern. We're the Mirror of Glory. Light leaks from a fiercer place. As silver mirrors and his mirrors tied to lantern. What color is this? This is yellow, so it's probably lantern lore. Talk. I can recruit a pawn, or I can search for more. Well, considering I'm about to lose someone because I want to feel young again, I probably should search for someone else, right? Someone else has matched my bid. What? So that's the first time we've had to bid second time. The Forge of Days has failed me, or I have failed it. This magic has brought me only nightmares and peril. So it did not heal a decrepitude. It did not heal that guy. It gave us our lore back, mystique, and dread. Ooh. Right. Alright, we should probably try to get our job back. Because that was paying some good money. Okay, this took our reason now. Dry curse settles softly like a withered hand on the shoulder. What does it do? Why did it take my reason? Curl, now I'm home again in this land of the flesh, but I'm better. What is the next? So it's sad. It's sad next single awareness day. Position. So it looks like I'm directly, yeah, I can devote. Sad day. So this is looking for love. There must be a way I can date people, right? Okay. On what is contained by silver? The virgins, maidens of the mirror favors orchids. The behindlings favor the rhododendron. Cut flowers of either nature should not be placed before polished bronze. An appendix contains a rite which might be used to summon some of these entities, although the details of its use are not made clear. Oh, so this gave us upgraded lore. A snatch of poetry, a single memory of a certain house that all of us visit at least twice in our lives. For one first visit to the mantis, this lore is almost essential. Rite of the Watchman's Sorrow. This rite recalls the loss of the watchman, who walks the house which has no wall. The light goes before him and shadow behind. He must not see you. The instrument of power is used to summon him to take as sacrifice precious knowledge from the root of your thoughts. The assistant must speak the words that anchor your sanity, so choose someone you trust. This rite recalls the loss of the watchman. So the loss of the watchman, the rite of the watchman's sorrow. So something happened to the watchman. The watchman has sorrow for some reason. Light goes before him and shadow behind. He must not see you. So I have to... So this ritual will summon the Watchman to steal knowledge from me. And I have to be anchored by an assistant so I don't go insane from the process. But this is also a ritual that you're summoning the Watchman, but you don't want him to see you. So you have to like play hide and seek as part of this ritual or something. But that's strange because in my dedication, I must see beneath the skin. I must work with the first desire, temptation of enlightenment or something mentioned. I have to get more. I want to make the Watchman see me. But this seems to be the opposite. This is a rite where I don't want the Watchman to see me. Is it because you're invoking his loss and this loss like puts him in a bad state of mind? Is that what's going on? I really want to use this right now. Lock book and other treasures. Study. Do I have anything to study for Greek? I do. I have this thing. Right? Nope. Oh, I thought this was Greek. Where's my other Greek? Oh, here it is. Dream. I can go back to the white door. Contentment. Because, again, I am single. I'll find a new joke. I'll try to think of a new joke to say next time. Action is dead. Funds. Oh, shoot. No! Ah, I was not paying attention. That's annoying. Something, deep mystery something. So, I'm assuming this probably means there's nothing interesting in this talk. This is probably saying there's nothing left of interest, and I don't need another junk card, so I guess I'm just not gonna... So I guess I can only get, because exploring this, the empty hospital, and getting cursed, speaking of, gave me books, so I think I probably can only get books now from exploring. The curse has taken hold. Now the tunnel tightens around all I see. Only if you have enough heart influence will it be possible to turn aside the curse. In the empty space, so I need an imminence. As the sky is a drum, the earth is ready for its ecstasy. A 15th order influence. And this is a 10th order influence. The heart moves, the world moves. Well, I don't have either of those. So I guess I'm screwed. I don't have the protection. Alright, well, cool. I wonder if there are rites that you can use to summon influences. We need more dungeons to explore. This again. We haven't seen the furtive truth from this, right? We've seen the chill, the chill influence and the restlessness. We haven't seen this yet. The white door opens. Many of the dead enter the mantis through the white door. They wander its corridors in silence until they are lost. Some embrace each other, some devour each other, some force their way into the dreams of the living. A few record their memories on the mantis stone where it is soft. They scratch it in with their nails, you see. Last night I read one of those memories. Through the white door. So the dead, it's just the dead are just in this dream. So you can is that how we were dreaming of the old man still? Because after the old man died of pneumonia, we were still dreaming of him. Were we dreaming of him because he was like we were literally meeting with him? And it wasn't just like, oh, I'm still dreaming of this guy. Or were we literally meeting him in the dream? Like meeting his soul. White door. Alright, text for study. Oops. The Rose of Hypatia followed Sisterhood of the Knot, that arcane contemplative order that existed in all histories, but in some was very powerful indeed. This was recorded by Hypatia and dedicated to Saint Nympha. Saint Nympha is described as not born but cultivated. The sentience that became the saint, Hypatia indicates inhabited a sinner's corpse in order to enable the sinner's redemption. And this is a volume of collect, because this seems like important to know. Sister of the Knot, that arcane contemplative order that exists in all histories, but in some is very powerful indeed. Hypatia dedicated to Saint. Described as not born but cultivated, the sentience that became the saint, Hypatia indicates inhabited a sinner's corpse in order for it. So Saint Nympha is a consciousness that was put into a sinner's corpse so they may be redeemed and became a saint. Okay. Dream. Can't dream of the door again, so I guess we're just gonna keep going to the wood. Because usually, it very rarely gives us something we don't want. And the work. Diligence. Although the white door seems to be... Because, at the very least, it had that restlessness, right? And when do you want rest? I guess if you're trying to make a painting... Because the restlessness, it gives a lot of different aspects, right? What I can't remember what aspects it gave, but it gave a lot. It gave, like, I know Forge was one. Probably Heart, because of the whole, like, beating and restlessness being, like, something that, I don't know. So maybe we're just gonna find pawns now. I wish I found this a while ago so I could have tightened around all I see. Going for here. I don't care about recruiting these pawns right now. So let's just keep going talking about esoteric matters. I wonder if the type of lore you use influences the type of follower you get. I don't think it does. Because there hasn't really seemed to be a correlation between what type of lore you use and what follower you get. I could see maybe it weighting the rolls, but we used Lantern quite a bit, and we didn't get Lantern until, like, pretty late. The skull creaks, the light grays. So it took my reason. So I just have less reason now from that curse. Right? It didn't give me back my reason. Well, that sucks. That sucks. It's been abandoned since, so Carter and Hero Limited. It's been abandoned since the explosion when both the owners died. The machine stands silent. The building is a collapsing shell. Mr. Carter was known to display peculiar trinkets in his office. Perhaps some yet remain. You know what? Perhaps we should devote ourselves, because I am decrepit. I got cursed. I sacrificed someone to try to heal my decrepitude, and that failed. I lost Violet, my love, the love of my life, Violet. No, she's not the love of my life. She's like a cool grandma. I lost the cool grandma, Violet, and I feel really bad about that. Peculiar rumors. Yeah, let's, I want to try to do something with this rite, the Rite of the Watchman's Sorrow, and then we can... Not all the dead enter the mantis by the winter door. Not all the dead enter the mantis at all. Okay, so this is confirming that not all the dead, because I was like, oh, don't you have to go through the white door? So no, not all the dead enter through the white door. And entering... Not all the dead enter the mantis at all. So probably if you could skip the white door, that'd probably be cool, right? Because the silence that, like, the wound... that, like, or whatever that seals over our mouths, I think it affects the dead too, right? Because it mentioned our mouths when we were interacting with the dead. Our mouths are wounds healed or something. So if you can find a way to enter the mantis without going through the white door, that's probably a boon, right? This gave both Moth and Heart, and I don't think we've seen the second Heart one yet. So the thunderous secret. There are common sentiments in every thunderclap. Let us acknowledge them. And this one is: the syllables of this formula are compelling. I find myself snapping my fingers to its rhythm. Its desires not to cease. And then this one is: who can hear this and remain unmoved? The sleeping, the dead, the earth, and the sky. Yeah, all music, all stuff. The wood and the west. We've seen this. Lie awake and listen. The wind speaks to the branches. The house cries out in its sleep. There are roads that chaos rides. So the Sisterhood of the Moth must then be tied to both Moth and Heart. Okay. What does that mean exactly? Okay, so let's Greek translate this one. And let's actually, I want to try this right, but then afterwards, I think I might do this devotion thing and see what we can get for the next playthrough. Funds. So let's try this right. Rite of the Watchman's Sorrow. This rite recalls the loss of the Watchman. Sacrifice. So I need to, oh, okay. What will we forget? Every rite can be used for many purposes. For summoning, I must begin calling upon the power of the knock, which will open the way. Assistance. Let's see. Lantern is the principle of the secret place, sometimes called the House of the Sun, and the light above it. If I add knock, I might be able to attempt a summoning. If I add edge, I can try to conquer my passion with reason. If I add winter, I can attempt a foolish, beautiful magic. I like the sound of that. The end is beautiful. With at least 5 winter and 1 lantern, I could beseech the hour of endings, the sun in rags, to destroy someone, but not someone in particular. The sun in rags alone will choose. I don't have 5 winter, so I can't do this, because I don't have a winter instrument. So I could try edge, reason's glory, 5 lantern and 1 edge. I could use the mystic discipline called reason's glory to transform my passion to reason. Huh, okay, cool. So I can shuffle my stats around. What do I have if I put stained gloves? And take this out. Grails the aspect of appetite, blood, and birth. If I add knock, I'm able to attempt a summoning, or if I got decrepit, I don't want to... I could try to sacrifice for it, but I need at least 5 forge. This gives 4. Let's add knock. Add moth. I might contact something shapeless. If I add forge, I may contact a seductive, strange power. Need more power to conjure a thing of blood and change. I'll need a great power of Grail, a significant power of knock, and some forge. So let's not do forge. Let's try moth because we have a decent amount of moth. This affectionate entity, I'll need a significant intensity of Grail and a little moth and knock. Let's see what it says with just moth. Moth is the wild and perilous aspect of chaos. If I add knock, I may be able to add attempt to summoning. If I add edge, I might try to drown my reason and passion. So I can change my reason to passion if I add edge. If I add knock, so let's see. If I had Grail, I may contact something. So I don't have the ability to do. The only one I have is to do decrepitude, but I'm gonna be retiring anyway, so I was hoping to summon something and see what that looks like, but vacation victim, yeah, I can't summon anything. Oh wait. No. Yeah, I can't summon anything right now. All right, let's retire. I know this dream, a road crest a hilltop, and that's not what I wanted. Oh, I can't. I'm not high enough in the thing yet. Oh no. I gotta get promoted again. This sucks. What the heck? Oh, I should explore, I guess. I can explore. No, that's just, I thought it was. Should I do another expedition? Yeah, forgotten. So there might be a hidden door here somewhere. What can I use to find a hidden door? Maybe knock? So I can send Neville. And lantern maybe? Oh, sorry, jeez. I'm convinced the Mytherium still holds secrets that its discoverers never found. It's likely to be dangerous, but the search will require funds. Dream. I'm gonna need my passion. I'll just not dream for now. Oh, I can do the white door again. Let's see what the white door gives us. Hidden door. Hidden doors can be found with lantern and knock. So, okay, so I was right about that. I could send another I could send Slee. Prepare the text for study. This is, what is this one? A true and complete accounting of the Asplesian mysteries of the roots of description for the Asplesian mysteries reproduced by one Ryle Grease from supposedly a much older text. It is unlikely to be genuine, but it makes reference to the house without walls in its wood right there in the prologue. Pope Clifton, an acquaintance, a bellowing and unorthodox Catholic with a mystic streak and an untrimmed beard. Unorthodox Catholic with a mystic streak and untrimmed beard. What could he be? I'm gonna finish reading this book and then I will end the episode. Let's continue talking about, let's see if we can get more. Taking out for a lunch club, I do more things that I had to do more carefully and in return they were more of my errands. His father. Senior position, devotion. I only have one reason now. Where's my other reason? Where did I put it? icy atmosphere, so should I go to Orchid of Lights or the Lodge? The Sage Knights. Let's go to the Lodge. In last night's stream, I was in the Lodge of the Sage Knight. That's not the same night that was... No, it was Pine Knight that was mentioned before. Lodge of the Sage Knight, behind the white door. It is difficult to remember exactly how I came there, and the mistress of the place, the woman with the dark glasses, was nodding as if I had asked her a difficult question. Of course I hadn't. I lost my speech when I passed the white door. How is it that I can speak? She said to me. I didn't come here through the white door. I'm not proud of what I did to come here, so let me tell you about something else. So you can... So if you do not come through the white door, you can still speak. Interesting. Okay. All right, let's keep working. Oh, I need the reason, right? Why is 2... What did I use 2 reason for? This is almost the end. Find contentment now or it's over. How do I get to contentment? How do I get to contentment? Opium. I need opium. I don't think I'm gonna get my reason back in time. The direction of death is down. The book explains the peacock door has been considered a rent. Sorry, I gotta actually be paying attention. So, the direction of death is down. The book explains the peacock door has been considered a rent or an abrasion, but in some aspects is more like a mouth, if not a more treasured point of entry. Discussions of the doors include a rite which may conjure creatures through those doors, although key incantations are missing. Rite of the map's edge. The vagabond is the only hour that never enters the mansis. The rite must be performed in the right place and the right time, and the vagabond will take the rightness for her own. Words that walk. I've seen this. Wow, I'm just gonna get fired because I used too much of my reason. Come on, contentment. I can't go to the club because I'm exploring a vault. Okay, alright. Maybe I should let myself end here. Probably be a good capstone. I think they probably each have their own ending, right? Yeah, you know what? I got Dread here. Let's see what happens. Let's stop fighting the inevitable. I wanted to retire anyway, but that's not in the cards because I gotta use so much reason. Yeah, let's see what happens. Despair has... I close my heels. The world is leached of light. So, Sol Ochana Avasya. The laconic, energetic, bright-eyed, unblinking owner of the Ichdyssus Club. Ooh. What's that mean? Alright, let's see what happens. We're going to fall to despair. That probably means we'll be throwing ourselves from the wheel. The Temple of the Wheel. This is almost the end. Oh! We'll try again when the dust has settled. Oh, so I didn't succeed. Oh, I got more dread. Okay, I'm just super screwed. Cool. It's like a fly who's finally stopped struggling in the web. No more. Despair, the wolf that devours thought. Am I alive or am I dead? It no longer matters. I allowed the despair token to reach 3, dread or injury. We can begin another ascent. And... Let's see. Before we go, let's just choose who. The medium. Everyone knows that I speak with the dead. I have been called a prophet and a ghoul. I have no reason to disabuse them of their illusions. A convincing spiritualist routine, something joyful, something profitable, something shameful. The dancer. I am young and I am strong. For a time, yet I will be beautiful. And for a time, yet I will be beautiful. Contract at the Gaiety Passion Health. The detective. I'm an inspector in the capital's police, charged with the investigation of the most vile and wretched things that one human does to another. The medium sounds the most interesting, and it's always available after no more, so I might as well take it now. So, start game. The medium. Tonight the theater is crammed and breathless. I have let them wait long enough. And that is where we're going to end. Thank you so much. I know this one went a little long, and I hope you have a great day. Remember, smoke opium. All right, bye.